Jerry asking Dak to do too much, Shannon?
I thought they were all in. Booger, you remember after that loss to Green Bay and Mike McCarthy at the draft, we're all in on this season. Then all of a sudden, Stephen Jones comes out and says, that means we're all in on our guys, the Micahs and the CeeDee Lamb. Now you're saying we need to do more with less. So let me get this straight, Booger. I'm struggling to feed my family of 4, and now I get a pay cut, and now I'm asked to do more with that money. I got less money, but you want me to do more. So in other words, the talent, we had more. We didn't win. We're going to give you less, Dak, and we want you to win more. I need somebody to help me make sense of this because it makes absolutely none to me. Look, if you're going to talk about so if you want to do less and win more, but that doesn't necessarily mean Green Bay. I'm trying to. So what are we doing here, Bug? Mike, can y'all tell me what Jerry and Steven are trying to do? If your objective is not to beat Green Bay, who ramshackled you last year, if your job is not to beat San Francisco, who was the representative in the Super Bowl for the NFC, so what are we talking about? What are we actually doing? I'm confused as to what they're trying to do and the logic behind it.
Well, usually, guys, I think teams that jump out there on the first few days of free agency, they make mistakes. I get it. There's splashes, and we talk about them. Man, the Eagles, and they got Saquon. Man, they're going to win the Super Bowl. Usually, those high-priced deals are mistakes. So I'm not as concerned about the Cowboys' lack of involvement in free agency so far. I'm going to judge their offseason once it's complete, after the June 1st free agency period, after the draft. Because right now, they don't have a running back. They're missing some key pieces on defense. They need a big defensive tackle, among other things. So I'll judge them at that point. To the point where Jerry is saying, we need everybody to do more. We need our young players to step up and do more. We need Dak Prescott to do more. He's right. To whom much is given, much is expected. We expect these guys that are making this money, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, Dak Prescott, DeMarcus Lawrence, our stars have to be stars when you're making $15, $20 million a year. So I truly understand what Jerry's saying because these guys want to be paid like the top at their position. We've been talking on this network all offseason. When is Dak Prescott going to get a new contract? Dak has the Cowboys over the fire. And I truly understand all that. But at some point, if you're the owner, if you're the GM, and all these guys are stars and at the top of their position, don't you have to ask them to play better? Shouldn't you improve year over year? Shouldn't your level of play take a step up each and every year, especially when you're in your prime? So I understand what Jerry's saying, and I think as fans, we have to sit back, and as analysts, we have to judge the Cowboys offseason or the fact that they're all in once this is complete. We haven't even gotten to the draft yet, guys. Let's get through the draft, see who they draft, see where they are, see who they add at the end of free agency, and see who they go to training camp with, and then we can judge the Cowboys based on the comment. I think we're rushing to judgment based on our opinions of what all in is and based on our involvement of the headlines. Hey, they haven't signed X, Y, Z as far as a player.
Booger, if somebody... Mike, I'm gonna let you go, Booger. If somebody says, when the next time I see Booger, it's on site, they walk up to you and slap you. And then you say, well, I don't know, I didn't know what he meant. He said that. Jerry Jones said they're going to be all in. He said that. It ain't no ESPN analyst.
Right. Now, Shannon, what all in can mean also is, hey, we're going to keep Micah Parsons, we're going to keep CeeDee Lamb. What they're asking Dak Prescott to do is the very definition of greatness. Look at Kansas City. Tyreek Hill graduates, arguably the best receiver in the NFL. What do? They win back-to-back championships. So when more of the money is going to less of the players, you expect your great players to do more. And that's exactly what Dak Prescott's job description is.
Shannon, what's your reaction to Mara's comments there about Saquon specifically?
Man, he's full of caca. Guys, we know this. Anytime when you're dealing with a big dollar free agent like Saquon Barkley, or you're going to give somebody $40, $50 million at the quarterback position, you run that thing all the way up to the flagpole. Mike T, you already know. You got to go talk to the owner. This is what the market calls for a quarterback. I think this is where we're going to need to go in order to secure said quarterback. Okay, we got a big-time free agent. He's going to be eligible for free agency. This is what it's going to take in order for us to keep him. I believe he'll give us somewhat of a hometown discount, but I'm not saying we're going to be able to get him at a bargain basement price. So for John Mara to say that that, oh, he's sick. You're not sick. You might be a little disappointed that he went to the division and you think he might cause you some damage, but you're not sick because in the same breath, you turn around and say, you know what? I know we just paid a quarterback $40 million a year, $160 million, but if you want to take a quarterback and you love him at the 6th pick or you want to move up, you have my blessings to do that. Now, you can't have it both ways. You're sick because I can assure you, if John Mara wanted Saquon Barkley in that Giants uniform, guys, guess what Saquon Barkley would have been playing football in 2024 with the Giants? Just like there's a chance they might take a quarterback because he's giving it their blessing. So I don't believe anything that he's saying about him being sick about Saquon Barkley leaving.
Yeah, I don't think he's sick because Saquon Barkley left. I think he's just placating to his fan base that misses Saquon Barkley, which is what I would do if I was the owner. Like you got to kowtow to the people that's going to buy these tickets and the people that are going to tune in. Yeah, man, I would love to keep everybody. I'm sick to my stomach. But to your point, Shannon, if they wanted Saquon Barkley to be a New York Giant, they would have overpaid in Saquon Barkley being a New York Giant. With that being said, I do understand why they did not keep him, though. I understand their questions at quarterback. I get it. Daniel Jones is not the long-term answer, and it wouldn't surprise me if at number 6 that they did draft a quarterback. Do I expect them to? No, I don't, but it wouldn't surprise me. But we all know that John Mara is making a statement based on the fact that Saquon Barkley is no longer gone, and I do think they made the right decision. To me, to invest $13-14 million in a starting tailback is not prudent, and I think they did a good choice or did a good job by allowing Saquon Barkley to move on. But back to the original point, if they wanted him there, he would still be there.